The easiest way to describe it is it's everything outside the building. It's parking lots, it's roads, it's all the utilities, it's all the infrastructure for the utilities, the water towers, the pump stations. So everything outside the buildings, bridges, is designed by a civil engineer. Our three main clients are architects. They design the building, we design everything outside the building, so working hand in hand. And those projects are what we call site plans. And it could be an industrial project, it could be a commercial project, retail, office, but any type of project like that. So that's normally with architects. And then we do work for commercial developers or industrial developers where we're working directly with them versus hand in hand with an architect. So they may be master planning a business park, and we can help them with that. And then the last would be residential home developers. So they are taking a vacant piece of land and making a new residential neighborhood. The relationships are super important, both with your client, but also with the municipal agencies. So every project needs multiple municipal agencies to approve it. So your driveway might be connecting to a public road, and that's an agency. The site plan needs to meet building setbacks and all of that. That's the township or the city or the village. And then if you're doing any type of infrastructure, usually there's a utility authority and the state of Michigan that needs to approve that as well. So every project has multiple approvals that's needed, and we help the clients navigate through all those approvals. And we've been doing it for a long time, and so we know those people. We know the people at Eagle. We know the state agencies. We know a lot of the local municipalities to help a client work through that site plan review process.
We do projects all over West Michigan, Northern Indiana. We've started doing projects in Ohio and Wisconsin. And part of that process is we work with the municipalities and reviewing agencies towards approval. And through that, we've built relationships with these municipalities and reviewing agencies. We can work with them on unique situations that aren't necessarily cut and dry from the ordinance, where it takes some interpretation and working with those agencies to come up with a solution for that specific site.
We're pretty unique that we have a traffic engineer in-house, and so some of those questions we can answer right there in the meeting and have some of that data ready of the impact it may or may not have to traffic.
We've done traffic studies for schools, for hospitals, for your typical corner store. A lot of what we do is for residential developments, but we've done any number of things that you can think of. One time I even did a collegiate football game as a traffic study, just so the school had a better understanding of what that looked like.
We're responsive. That's one of the things that our clients comment the most, especially to me, about. It's like, hey, I really appreciate you getting back to me so quick on this. That, hey, when there's a problem, especially a construction problem, I know how that feels because I've spent time out in the field, being there, being the guy on the ground, being like, this is what's on the plan, but it does not make sense with what's out here. I need answers. I'm going to call the engineer. Well, the engineer doesn't get back to you for a couple days. Well, that doesn't do you any good. Like, we got to keep moving. Construction happens now. So getting answers to folks about questions, yeah, you got to make sure you're getting the right answers and doing the right research, but you're not just tabling it. You're not just, I'll get to that when I get to it. No, if it's a construction problem, try to answer that right away. And it's great that we also have municipal engineers in the firm too, because the reviewers, we have to submit to reviewers as well on the private side, and so we can ask, hey, if this was coming into you, what would you make of it? What would you think of this? So we have that to lean on as well. And in addition, sometimes we even talk to our construction inspectors and ask them, hey, can I build this? Does this work in the field? Give me some of your field knowledge. What's nice is that the first year I was here, I spent probably 20% of my time out in the field doing inspection work, watching water main, sewer go in, I still spend a decent amount of time watching concrete get poured, watching asphalt get placed, because it's important to know how this stuff actually happens as opposed to just what looks pretty on a piece of paper.
The fact that I have such a close ability to go talk to my coworkers and bounce ideas off of them and see how they would approach a situation, I think that benefits the client ultimately, because it's not just me, it's a team. It's a team of engineers working together that can put together the best solution for our client.
There's quite a few projects in West Michigan and Northern Indiana that we've had a hand in. It's cool to be a part of the growth of a community and helping a community thrive.